What is up, Billionaire Rides fam? Welcome back to the only channel where we don't just dream about insane machines, we break them down. Today we go nuclear. We're counting down the top 20 supercars of 2026. Not just fastest, not just prettiest, we're talking total package, performance, drama, exclusivity, and that gut punch feeling you get when you fire up the engine and the world disappears. From under 70 grand all the way to the stratosphere of 7 figures, there is something on this list for every level of obsession. So buckle in, this is gonna take a while, and every single second is worth it. Hit that like button right now if you love machines that make your soul leave your body. Let's go! Number 20, Toyota GR Supra A90. The legend returns with German muscle. Kicking off our countdown is a car that sparked more internet arguments than anything else in recent memory, the Toyota GR Supra. And the 2026 update, it just got even harder to ignore. Under that long hood lives BMW's legendary twin-turbo 3.0-liter B58 inline-6. In the Supra 3.0 Premium, that's 382 horsepower, 368 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of around 3.9 seconds. That's not just fast, that's sports car fast. The new GR Supra A90 Final Edition variant pushes even further with aero, suspension tweaks, and track-tuned suspension geometry. The controversy and why it doesn't matter. Yes, it shares its platform with the BMW Z4. Critics howl about that, but here's the thing. Toyota's chassis engineers had free rein on suspension tuning, weight distribution, and steering feel. The result is a rear-wheel drive demon that rewards aggression and punishes laziness. 50-50 weight distribution, a wheelbase tuned to near perfection for rotation, and those two front air intakes aren't just decoration. They feed the radiators, keeping that engine cool when you're pushing it on mountain roads. Owner experience. Supra owners are obsessed. The aftermarket scene is massive. This engine loves boost. 500, 600, even 700 horsepower builds are mostly stock internals. It's a tuner's dream wrapped in a Japanese sports car pedigree with actual build quality. Price starting around $57,000. Under 60 grand for this on this list? That's why it earns its place. Value, heritage, and pure driver satisfaction. Number 19, Alpine A110R, France's greatest kept secret. Most people outside of Europe sleep on Alpine. That is a mistake. The 2026 Alpine A110R is one of the most driver-focused cars ever built, and it weighs barely over 2,000 pounds. Turbocharged 1.8-liter four-cylinder, just 300 horsepower. Sounds modest, right? But at 2,116 pounds, it produces an absolutely savage power-to-weight ratio. On a twisting mountain road, this thing is faster than cars with twice the horsepower. It dances, it communicates, it makes you feel like a hero. Racing DNA. The R variant strips out carpets, installs carbon fiber body panels, uses Michelin Cup 2R tires, and shaves a massive 120 pounds versus the standard A110. The result? 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, but a Nürburgring lap time that genuinely humiliates far more powerful machines. This is what happens when a country that takes driver enjoyment seriously designs a machine. Pure, unfiltered joy, starting around $100,000 USD equivalent. Underrated king. Number 18, Lotus Emira V6, the last combustion Lotus, a farewell masterpiece. Lotus is going full electric. The Emira is their final combustion sports car, and they went out with a bang. The 2026 Lotus Emira V6 First Edition carries a supercharged 3.5-liter Toyota V6, making 400 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 6-speed manual. Manual in 2026. 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Not the quickest on this list, but that is not the point. The point is it's a Lotus. The point is every input is sharp. Every corner is a conversation. The steering has feel. The mid-engine balance is flawless. It's a machine that respects your skill and rewards it. Designed in-house at Hethel, built by hand, limited production numbers make this a future collectible. Starting around $95,000, buy one now before they're gone forever. Number 17. Nissan GT-R Nismo, the legend that refuses to retire. The Nissan GT-R has been scaring supercars since 2007. In 2026, the GT-R Nismo is still making grown men reconsider their life choices, and it still costs a fraction of its competitors. Hand-built 3.8-liter twin-turbo V6, each engine assembled by a single technician who signs it. A Tessa ETSS all-wheel drive distributes power in milliseconds. 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds. Quarter mile, 10.7 seconds. Launch control that launches like a catapult from a carrier deck. The Nismo Track Pack difference. Nismo-tuned suspension, aerodynamic front bumper generating real downforce, Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, and Dunlop SP Sport Max tires specifically developed for this car. It's less a road car than a street-legal race weapon that happens to have leather seats. Price around $215,000 for Nismo spec. Expensive? Yes, but in terms of what you get per dollar, borderline insane. Godzilla never dies. Number 15. Aston Martin Vantage, Bond's weapon of choice, evolved. The 2026 Aston Martin Vantage isn't just a sports car, it's a lifestyle statement. And with the new generation packing a twin-turbo AMG-derived 4.0-liter V8 pumping out 665 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, the statement is screamed, not whispered. 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, top speed 202 miles per hour. New adaptive damping, wider track, and fully redesigned aerodynamics mean it's not just beautiful, it's a serious handling machine. The new front fascia is more aggressive, the diffuser is functional, and those quad exhausts, they announce you from 2 miles away. British character. What sets the Vantage apart is character. There's a mechanical rawness, a sense that this machine has a personality. The interior is hand-stitched English leather, open-pore wood and metal switches that feel like they were carved from a solid block. Starting around $190,000, welcome to the Aston Martin Club. Number 14. McLaren 750S, when math becomes magic. McLaren doesn't do compromise. The 750S is the distillation of everything they've learned from Formula One applied to a road car that you can theoretically drive to the grocery store. Theoretically. Twin-turbo 4.0-liter M840T V8, 740 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, 0 to 100 0 to 100 miles per hour and back to 0 in under 10 seconds. Carbon fiber monocoque chassis means it weighs under 3,100 pounds. The power-to-weight ratio is verging on the criminal. The track animal. Proactive chassis control 2, variable drift control, active aerodynamics generating 50% more downforce than its predecessor, and the McLaren variable drift control system. Yes, they engineered adjustable drift. This is a car built by people who think enough is a failure condition. Starting around $330,000, the Spider adds open-air theater without compromising rigidity. This is engineering as art, and it shows every time you look at the rear diffuser and want to cry tears of joy. Number 13. Bentley Continental GT Speed, the grand touring weapon. Some cars are fast, some cars are luxurious. The Bentley Continental GT Speed is both, simultaneously, without apology, and at absurd levels of both. 6.0-liter twin-turbo W12, 659 horsepower, 664 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, top speed 208 miles per hour in a car that weighs nearly 5,000 pounds and has a handcrafted interior that would embarrass most 5-star hotels. Active all-wheel drive, 48-volt active anti-roll bars, carbon ceramic brakes the size of dinner plates, rolling craftsmanship. Inside, 15 hide choices, 11 veneer options,
Rotating center console with 3 configurations, wood, leather, and a set of gauges on the third face. Diamond quilted leather, real metal organ stops for vents. Bentley craftsmen spend 18 hours just on the dashboard, starting around $340,000, worth every penny. Number 12. Lamborghini Urus Performante, the super SUV that shames sports cars. Yes, an SUV is on this list, and before the purists close their browser, the Urus Performante ran a 757 lap on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. That's faster than a Porsche 911 GT3 RS from just a few years ago, in an SUV. Twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8, 657 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, active rear-wheel steering, torque vectoring,